If you're a single American earning less than $75,000 last year, then you're in line to get some money from the government under the new CARES Act. If you're married, you can get even more. Today, I'm going to show you how much money you can get for coronavirus aid, and I'm going to tell you how to get it. Hi, I'm Ian Corzine, your social media lawyer. This is the place to get the latest on social media and the law. To say things have changed globally since February 15, 2020 is a major understatement. The world economy is thrashing about. One day the stock market is up 1,000 points and the next it's down 800 points. Real in-home life has changed also. Many Americans are out of work. Let's say you were a server in a diner and you were making $10 an hour plus tips. No one is going to diners anymore, and so you're out of work, you're out of money. That's why the American government decided to help out a little bit. On March 26, 2020, the president signed into law the CARES Act. CARES stands for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. This law has many different parts that will benefit both you and me and American businesses, but today we're going to focus on Division B, Title I rebates. The law says that if you are an American and you're unmarried and you earned less than $75,000 last year, then you are entitled to either a paper check or a direct deposit of $1,200. It depends upon whether or not the IRS has your bank account information from previous tax filings, whether or not you get the paper check or you get the direct deposit. If the IRS does have your bank account information, then you will get the direct deposit. If you are married and you jointly earned less than $150,000 last year, then you're entitled to a rebate from the government of $2,400. For each child that's 16 or younger, you're entitled to an additional $500 per child. This law applies to all Americans, regardless of whether or not you're a US citizen or a resident alien. One little tidbit that's not talked about a lot is that even if you made more than $75,000 last year in adjusted gross income, you can still receive a stimulus check. The amount you receive goes down $5 for every $100 that you make above that maximum. The same is true for married, jointly filing, and earning more than $150,000 per year. So to give you an example, if you made $75,100 last year, then your check will go down from the $1,200 by $5 or $1,195. And as I said, the same is true if you were married and you jointly earned more than $150,000. Let's say you made $150,100. Well, then your check is going to be $2,395. So now the big question is, how do you actually get your stimulus money? Well, your ticket to getting this money is a filed income tax return. You must have filed an income tax return in 2018 or 2019. The IRS uses your filed income tax return to determine how much they owe you for the coronavirus stimulus grant. If you have not previously filed it, the IRS has no ability to determine how much is owed to you. So that $75,000 or $150,000 maximum, that comes from your filed income tax returns from previous years. So the IRS looks at your previous income tax return. Let's say it's from 2019. It says, hey, you're married. You made jointly $140,000 a year. Okay, this married couple is entitled to $2,400. Well, what if you haven't filed your taxes in a while? Well, that could be a little bit of a problem, not only for you financially, but also it may delay your stimulus aid check. However, the IRS came out on March 30th, 2020, and they said, listen, they're going to create a system that will allow people who haven't filed their taxes in a while to file a simple income tax return. I guess that it's probably going to be online. As soon as I get more information about where you can file this simple income tax return, I'm going to put a community tab post out there with the URL with this information. The next big question I know you have is, when do we get the money? Well, the Secretary of Treasury announced that most Americans will either get the check or the direct deposit by April 17th, 2020. This is a rare example of the government moving very fast, but for that, I'm grateful. Okay, now we've talked about how to get individual coronavirus relief. However, a lot of you have businesses out there and you're wondering, one, how do I get aid for my business? How do I protect my business going forward so I can keep my employees employed? If you want to learn more about how to protect your business against future catastrophes, or you want to learn about how to get aid right now for your business, watch my video right here. And as always, as you watch, I'm going to be here answering all your social media law questions at iancorzine.com.